every day. I said, this guy probably knows more about my mentality than
Facts,
more
bro.
people that I be around every day. You know what I'm saying? And he's not from America. So
Facts.
he's able to see things from this point and that point. And he's able to decipher it together for himself because he's not from here. He's experienced his own racism, his own type of what's the word I'm looking for, man? Well, you get what train I'm
Of course.
on. But he been through his own struggles, man. So I
And
tell
bro,
people that all the time.
that's why, like we've been around, we spent a lot of time with a lot of different people, right? And
Yeah,
some people that aren't secure in themselves used to take offense to how you are as far as being proud of your heritage, bro. But it's
for
like, bro,
sure.
him being proud of being black and supporting black, it doesn't mean he's got a problem with you, bro. Like, especially if you take into consideration all the things that have been used and weaponized against his people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
For
and
sure.
I'm not, and you can say whatever you want. I'm not crazy. There's statistics out there that are coming out
Yeah,
every day about what took place.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So like, and that's a prime example. Me and you was probably the prime example, bro, because I feel like I got my own culture, and you for sure are very proud of your culture. You know what I'm saying? And bro,
For
every
sure.
time, even when you make little whitey jokes or whatever, like bro, I laugh at it because I know where you're coming. You don't have no hate in your heart, bro. Like
At all.
you
Like,
don't,
at
bro.
all. And the crazy part is, bro, they don't even know I probably have more disdain for what my own people are doing than I do for what the other kind is doing. I'm more mad at us for not doing what we supposed to do than I am at what happened. Like what happened already happened.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
what's happening is still happening. We can't forget about that. However, we still got a part that we got to play. And we, as the black people in America, are not playing our part. Simple as that.
Well, listen, as an outsider on that topic, the only thing I can say is this. Listen, the one thing I can say I mastered is like sports, right? And once you master one thing, that does translate into anything, right? What about
Yes, it
sports?
does.
With sports, you can't think about what happened last play. You got to move on
Exactly.
to the next play, bro. You can't argue
Exactly.
as a team. You can't be mad at your teammates for making a mistake. You just have to move on, bro. And you have to move on to the next play. And that's how winners win, bro, at the end of the day.
Yeah,
And that's your
definitely
mindset,
is.
bro. You look at what's in front of
But
you.
exactly like you just said, though, that's why my mindset is that way. See, my mother put me in baseball when I was 9 years old. I wanted to quit when I was 9 years old. My mother told me something that I never forgot to this day, and I'm 48 years old. You start something, you finish it. Simple as that. You know what I mean? From baseball, though, I never played any other organized sport. By the time I was old enough after baseball, that's when the sport of selling crack cocaine came into the game. You know what I'm saying? So, but my first to 13, from 9 to 13 was camaraderie, chemistry, sports. You know what I'm saying? That's where all my trophies come from. Actually, my youngest son, that's 5 now, he's probably going to be the next Derek Jeter
I
because of me,
believe that.
because that's where I'm putting him at. I'm not pushing him to baseball. I mean, to basketball or football, because he's only going to be about 5'10", 5'8" to 5'10". I'm gonna make him Jeter, man. I'm gonna put him where I was at. You know what I mean? Because I got the skill set. But anyway, like I was saying, I definitely grew up playing sports, so that's where a lot of my competitiveness comes from as well. That's why I want my people to win. I want my team to win. That's why I can call out the bullshit that my team is doing. You know what I mean? That's why I can say, hey, man, we're not doing what we supposed to do. I'm not saying y'all ain't. I'm saying we ain't. You know what I mean? Because I've been a part of the problem for a long time, man. I'm just now trying to become part of the solution.
Well,
But in the mix of trying, I'm going to become part of the solution.
we're all always going to be a work in progress, but you're well on your way, bro. Well on your way. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of people out there, if they were in your shoes, they would already take off like, oh, I'm good. I made it. You know what I mean? But you know that this is just a first step in the master plan, bro.
Man,
Taking
like
over.
you said with sports, bro. If I ever got drafted, I would not say I made it. I would say, okay, I got here. Let's go. Like you said. I mean, just like you said with sports, there's Kobe's, there's Jordans, and then there's the others, man.
So,
I don't make it until I get the chip. I just got here. Like,
yeah.
this is where I wanted to start at. I should have been started here. So I don't make it until I get the chip, you know?
Speaking on that, there's a phenomenal book out there, and I know you'll love it because everything you just said is summarized in this book. It's a guy named Tim Grover. He was Michael Jordan's personal coach and Kobe's personal coach, and he was a couple other guys like high-level basketball players' personal coach. He has
What's his name again?
The author's name is Tim Grover. He wrote multiple books by now, but this book is called Relentless. This is the book you will love, I'm telling you. And he breaks down into categories the character that you are. Michael Jordan and Kobe were the same guy. You know what I mean? And then there's the cooler, the cleaner, like the guy that just comes off the bench, whatever. He has categories of people, you know what I mean? And Michael Jordan and Kobe were the same guy. And he talks about the things that he recognized in those guys, you know what I mean? Like the obsession, the mindset of, oh, you guys are going to go out to the nightclub? All right, man, well, you enjoy yourself. I'll see you when you come back. I'll just be going to sleep. I'll be at the gym. You know what I mean? Like things like that, you know? It's a really powerful.
Eye of the tiger, bro. You know what I mean? That eye of the tiger. And it's like
yep.
It's like I always relate to nowadays that I'm thinking more clear, and I ain't got to look over my shoulder like I used to have to. It's kind of like my favorite song now is the theme from Rocky, man. Like I never realized when I was a child what that song was really saying. Man, that guy wrote a song fresh out of prison, man.
Damn,
he said, "Rising up, back on the street, did my time, took my chances." Right. I never understood that until I'm grown now, and I'm legit, and I'm doing, and I'm out here. You know what I mean? It just that's the theme song. It's that eye of the tiger, man. You got to go for it. You got to get something out of it. You know what I mean?
Facts. And I thought you were gonna say the song about "There's no easy way out," because that's also the motto.
Hey,
bro. No shortcuts.
That right there, yeah, no shortcuts at all. You know what I'm saying?
Let's do the difficult shit. Fuck it. You know what I mean?
Fuck it. Why not? You know what I mean?
That's it, bro. Let's see if you motherfuckers won't break me. But if you think you did, I fucking guarantee I'll be back even stronger and I'll learn from this shit. You know
Way stronger, bro. Way stronger. That's what I be saying, man. Like, I be trying to tell my girls sometimes, like, man, when you been somewhere where bro, we been slaves, man. And I mean that, I don't mean that in a black or white. I mean that in a universal term as you think the movie Gladiator, bro.
Facts.
We've been stripped of if you strip a man of his ability if we go back to if we had nothing, you strip a man of just his ability to go out to try to get some food to bring back. You know what I mean, bro? We've been stripped of everything, had to depend on somebody for everything. You know what I mean? Had to be told what to do. Once you've been to that bottom, nothing else, there's no other pain like that. It's like being in a glass coffin, bro. You know what I mean? Watching everything around you and you can't move or nothing, just paralyzed. You just laying there just watching. But once you come out of that, it's like it's endless possibility. And especially if you come out of it, if you did what you were supposed to do while you was in there, then you come out of it. Like I tell people all the time, this business and stuff, this mindset didn't start when I left jail. It started before I went to jail. When they first put the handcuffs on me, man, I said, this is my last time doing this. I'm going to sit in here. I'm going to get my mind right. I'm going to get my body right. I'm going to get my soul right. Boom, 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 boom. I'm going to formulate a plan. Because if I could sell some drugs that I can't market, that are illegal in the world, and I could still kind of be successful, then I can market something that's legal and be successful, way more successful than that. It's simple math. You know what I mean?
Facts. And I want to add one more thing to that, right? So 1,000%, we've been at the lowest of lows you could possibly be as a human, at least in a developed country, right? Obviously, people are getting bombed, but regardless, even at that,
that's another story. Woo.
Right? Yeah. But still, even at that level we were at, bro, even then the game was rigged, right? Like, not to play victim, but like even the little bit of privileges you're supposed to have, bro, you don't get.
Yeah, definitely was
like,
rigged. Definitely was rigged.
They just kick you while you're down constantly and then walk all over you, bro. Take your showers, your phone calls, just little nonsense. You know what I mean? So,
it's like you laying on the ground and they just stomping you into the ground, like you just become part of nothing, like, you know. No doubt about it, though, bro. They fuck with the phone calls, the showers. They turn against each other, and they do that. And
I'm not sure if we lost him. Yeah, he's here.
Oh, we came back.
Yeah, you're
What
right.
they do is they fuck with you so much that if I say any little thing to you, it irritates you as well. So
Right.
you can't blow up on them, but you blow up on me. Because if you blow up on them, the consequence is worse. You
Facts.
know what I mean? So that puts me and you at odds. You know what I mean? And that way they keep the power.
You truly
You know what I
cannot get a
mean?
W on them in there. You just cannot. Even if you're crazy enough to do something to them, bro, they will
You
do
can't get no
10,000.
W in there.
They
It's
could literally
over.
have you killed in there and just say, "Hey,
Yeah,
he did something
yeah,
crazy."
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, speaking of, man, I was in a dentist office in SCI Green Penitentiary at one
Oh,
point in time. I maxed out from there in 2007. Yeah, 2000, April 6, 2007, the day before my son's birthday, 2007. I maxed out from there. While I was there getting the wisdom tooth pulled out in the back, you can look out, you know how the windows ain't but this big, but you can look out, man. They wheeled the gaddis to for now. I done seen stabbings, I done seen fightings. I've personally been the victim of an
I want to
assault.
talk about that at
You know what
some
I'm
point.
saying? But you know what I mean? I've personally been a victim of assault in jail.
Yeah.
I've been a victim of a violent crime on the streets before jail. So hey, what the hell? You know what I'm
Words.
saying? But I just want to say that I've also been the victor in a lot of other situations. I don't want to be putting too much of that, but
Of course.
I've been a victim and a victor at times. However, that was the first time that I really thought like, damn, I could really die in this motherfucker, man. When I seen him wheel this guy past going out of green past the administration, and it was the blanket overing, dog. You know what I'm saying? And
Uh,
it was the gurney, man. You know what I'm saying?
it was the
Like, so,
final ride.
yeah, it was like, damn, dog, this is for real. And he didn't even get stabbed or anything. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, he was an older gentleman, passed away from natural or whatever the causes was. I couldn't really get into, you know, I didn't know him personally. I couldn't figure out, and I wasn't trying to get into the business of why he died. It was just the fact that this shit is walking in front of me. This is an eye opener. That's the message. You know what I mean? So with that being said, that was it was a wake up call for me. And I went to the pen. I gained my third number after that situation because I was still in the streets after I maxed out. But when I came back on the third number, that's what kind of was a lingering thought in the back of my mind, and as well was motivation because it was like, you going down here if you keep doing the same shit, and
Yo,
you on an installment plan because you ain't getting the life bit, but you getting 4 for the gun, 2 for the drugs, parole violation giving you another 2. You get out of that, you catch another gun case. You know what I mean? That's another mandatory 5 in Pennsylvania. Before you know it, you look up and you gone over a decade. You know what I'm saying? And you like, what the fuck happened? You know?
and it's crazy what you just said. It registered with me the same way. I was at SCI Graterford before I left finally. And bro, you know, that's a real penitentiary too. You've been
For
all around.
sure.
Bro, that's the thing. They got so many lifers there with the 50 years in and all that. And there's a whole wall in the hallway with just murals and all that. And every time somebody dies, they'll have a little paper like, hey, if you guys want to attend his funeral, here's where it is, and all, or like meet us in the chapel or whatever. Like, and it was over and over. Every day I walked by, there'd be like 1 or 2 of those things, bro. That it hit me just like that. You see the little pictures of the inmates that passed away. Most of them were also
Yeah,
old. You know what I mean? But man, that was also very eye opening for me. So I agree with you on that, man.
sure.
And
Like,
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
My bad. So just to touch back on what you said at the SCI Green situation. So when I was at SCI Albion, one of the sergeants got kicked out of SCI Green. He was a whistleblower. There was a whole hit squad of guards up there that were coming in the inmate cells and hanging them, bro. Like straight up hanging them and making it seem like it was a suicide. And I guess it was a whole ring of them. I don't know what the specific target inmate was, but the dude ended up being a whistleblower, bro. So
And
that's how.
and they said, and you was in Albion and he came from Green?
Yep. He still had his
Listen,
job, but
man,
he was still work.
you know why, I mean, obviously we believe it because we know.
Of course.
But excuse me, SCI Green was the first place I ever seen them dehumanize a person, dog. They used to walk us. All right, when they shut down the wall, which was SCI, which was Western, which turned into SCI Pittsburgh. Bro, Green was our you know,
The
where we
new
had to
jail,
go to our processing center. Green was our processing center, excuse me.
of
So
course.
when we used to have to go to Green, they would hold us in the hole for at least 30 days because they claimed they had no room. So
Did
they
you
would
meet
bring out
Mania?
TVs and shoot them in the hole. So we'd be back in the hole. This was the first place, bro. They used to dog walk us to the shower. They have they got a rope probably this long or whatever. It got a dog clip, like you clip your dog outside on one end and the other end got a handle. They used to dog walk us to the shower, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, man, you only get a shower every other day.
Of
So
course.
every other day, if you want a shower, you got to
Boxer
get clipped.
on.
You got to get cuffed, and then they clip you, and then they tell you, don't fall. You know what that means. Don't move, don't make, they tell you, don't make no certain movements,
Fuck you
don't
right up.
fall, watch your step. If you happen to slip and fall
Fuck you
and
right up.
pull that motherfucking rope a split of an inch, they was jumping on your motherfucking ass up there. So I
And
believe it.
they'll charge you with assault afterwards. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you definitely get the assault case.
Bro.
You get the assault case, and they go to the hospital. They record everything. Yes, you get the assault case, definitely, and you get more time. Yeah, and
Facts,
you
bro.
get more time.
When you learn how to play by them type of rules and survive under them type of circumstances, bro, and then you start taking accountability for your actions, it's easier to find your way in this world, man. You know?
Yeah, it definitely is. Because hey, that last part is what is the key to it, though. A lot of people don't understand that accountability for your actions, man. I
Facts,
tell
bro.
people all the time the reason why I am the way I am now, and I'm not perfect, but the reason why I am the way that I am now, imagine how many times I had to sit across the table from that parole lady or that parole man, and he told me every time I've been arrested, every time I committed a crime, when I beat a case, you know what I mean? And it
Listen,
make you look at yourself like, damn, did I really do all this shit? Like, and then you got to explain why you did all this shit to somebody that you don't even know, that don't even understand where you come from or what happened, in your life, or why you ended up where you ended up. They don't even understand it, but you got to sit here and explain to them why you stole something from a store or why you did. You
yeah,
know what I
man.
mean?
That's a hell of a point because they don't know anything about the community you come from. All they know is the television stuff, and then they read books in school about you. Oh, this is how they behave, and this is what they do, and they just use all that to weaponize against you when you're
Ain't
sitting
that
there.
crazy how they got a whole book on on the motherfuckers? They got a whole book on this is how they, just like you said it. This is how they are. This is how they act. This is what they. Who the fuck is they? Like, what are y'all talking about? They are you. We are us. We're
Facts,
humans. Like, there is no. This is how the reason they act like that is because of what y'all already done.
facts, bro. Facts.
Like, you
Look,
lock us up for selling all the drugs in the world,
you
but
put the
dog, we
drugs
don't
in the
grow
community.
none of the drugs.
You put the fucking drugs in the community.
Yeah, we don't grow none of the drugs. Okay. When a person comes from a privileged community into the black community, the bad crack or bad heroin or whatever, the bad drugs. Nobody in the black community, like, where do they think we get the drugs from? Like, we don't make the drugs. We don't
You know,
grow the drugs.
there's no
You know
there's no
what I'm saying?
cocaine.
So, but it's 9 times out of 10, their type of friends in those high type of positions are the people who are to cohorts together that bring like. So when you come here and like, we don't
Facts, bro. Hey, it's
like,
all
you know what I mean?
It's all
It's
out there.
just common sense, but like 2 + 2 is 4 everywhere you go in the world. You go to Japan, you don't have to speak Japanese, but if you go to the sushi bar and you point at the sushi and you do like this, I bet they'll put 2 on your plate. Math is universal. You know what I mean? This is a half-ass because it's 5 fingers. You know what I'm saying? If you do like this to somebody, they gonna half-ass you. It's universal, man. You know what I mean? But for some
Exactly.
reason, nobody understands that we here in the ghetto or at the bottom of the barrel with the lowest of the lows, where the fuck we get all these drugs from? Where we get money to buy all these drugs to sell to y'all? The
Facts.
drugs are being given to us to sell to y'all on consignment because credit is America's thing. Credit ain't a black people thing. We broke. We need our money on hand.
So
You
this
know what
is
I mean?
one of the most important things I want to shine a light on while I have you here. Listen,
For sure,
and
bro.
this is big. Any God willing, famous people see this interview. And this is what I want to shine a light on why your story is very relevant and why your story is way more interesting potentially than any story out there, bro. You're talking to him. I'm talking to a man right now who survived the crack epidemic, the mass incarceration.
First, the heroin though. I was born in '75, so I knew what a heroin addict and a dope fiend and a wino was. And I'm from Wiley Avenue in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So I want people to know that if you ever look up Wiley Avenue, you'll understand the history of my city. I'm from the Hill District, Wiley Avenue. That's the home of the heroin. I knew what a dope fiend was, and then the crack epidemic. But I'm gonna let you finish, brother.
So no, I actually appreciate that because I'm trying to build on top of that. Listen, this
For
man,
sure.
and I remember you talked to me about that before, where back in the day when there was an opioid epidemic that didn't really affect the white community, nobody really cared about it. But now it's a big deal. But anyway, so this man
Yeah,
survived the
real
original
big deal.
opioid epidemic. He survived the original opioid epidemic. He survived the crack epidemic. He survived every single thing you could imagine as far as the redlining and all the mass incarceration stuff. Then he survived real stabbings. I didn't want not to expose what
No, go
exactly
ahead, man. I ain't, man. It is, man.
real.
The doctor got the records, man.
He survived real attempts on his life in the streets, real attempts on his life, and then he survived a vicious assault that I pretty much witnessed with my own eyes. It's one of the most vicious assaults ever out there. Believe that. And the way it was some treacherous shit. But regardless, all of that. Now he overcame all that, and he's a fucking success story, bro. He's the epitome of what America really loves, which is a true redemption story. And this
I
isn't the
appreciate
final
that,
chapter,
man.
but this is like
Not
chapter
at
fucking.
all. Not at all. We building, we
Bro,
growing, man.
I
My
don't even,
palms are sweating while you just
bro,
saying that because I know what's about to happen with
bro.
us, you know?
This isn't even chapter one. This is like we're not even in the middle of chapter one yet, bro. You're just
At
like getting
all.
started. This man
Exactly.
he's conquering his city right now, and he knows. I don't have to tell him. He knows that this is much bigger than just his city. At
For
some
sure.
point, you'll see his face on every fucking billboard, potentially in the world, but definitely in America. All that, you know what I mean? And no one's gonna
For
fucking
sure.
stop him, bro. He's not afraid of the fucking little people, what people got to say about him and all that. You know what I mean? He's not soft like that. He's gonna power through anything anyone can throw at him, like he has been. The things I just mentioned. What's gonna be more difficult than the shit he just been through? He has the blueprint. He has the mentors. He has the experience. He has the mindset, and he has a fucking purpose. That's the most important thing, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
the purpose. Where? The
Because
purpose.
I know for a fact that's what it is, man. I know. Listen, one thing I always valued about you is your character. And I'll say one more thing. So don't forget,
I appreciate that.
I went to prison when I was fucking 20, bro. And you know
Yeah.
what they say? The age you go to prison at is the age you get stuck at mentally. One of the only reasons people always say I'm wise beyond my years, I'll say that it's because I've been fortunate enough to come across men like you, bro. Somewhere along the way,
Oh,
here
man,
and there.
thank
You know what
you,
I'm saying?
man.
It's
Thank you.
genuinely true, bro. It's genuinely true. And you know, listen, I'm a fucking white boy, right? Blonde hair, blue eyes. People feel comfortable around me sometimes to say little sneaky shit when no black people are around. Coward
But
shit,
they don't
racist.
know who you really are. Like,
Bro, I can't be fake. I've had black mentors my whole fucking life, starting from boxing coaches to just fucking men like you in my life, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. I'm not gonna be out there fighting someone. I'm just not. I'll speak up anytime, but
for
I'm not
sure.
gonna
For
be out
sure.
there. It's your cause to fight. You know what I'm saying? And I'll
Yeah,
support
for
your cause.
sure, for sure.
I have my own
But
causes.
listen, man, one thing about that, man, is that you would never have to explain that to a black person, a real live black. You know why? Because we already know what guys like you go through with guys like them. You see what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
I've been told to go back to my country multiple
As
times.
distasteful as the shit sounds and is, it's y'all world. Y'all probably hear it more than we hear it. We know it, but y'all hear the jokes. You see the slander. You know what I mean?
Well,
One
bro,
thing that I always reflect on with our conversations from when we was in the penitentiary together is I remember one thing you told me about the country you come from. When you told me that where you come from, it wasn't necessarily a black and white thing.
I
The
wasn't.
government had all y'all fucked up, and how y'all present, you know what I mean? The people that run the country, I don't want to misquote you.
No,
That's
no,
what I'm
you're right.
saying. You know what I mean?
You're
The
right.
people that run the country, it's not a black and white thing. It's a y'all all fucking poor. No matter if you're in Ukraine or you're fucking poor.
Facts.
Like we're all poor. And I remember how you telling me the love that Mike Tyson got over there
Oh,
when he
legend.
came over there. Like when you told me about that, it that's what really opened my eyes to like saying like, well, damn, maybe everywhere ain't like it is here when it comes to skin
Mal-
color.
Malcolm X realized that a long time ago as well. You know what I mean? When he went to
Yeah,
Mecca,
no
he
doubt,
saw all these different
no
Muslims
doubt,
everywhere, different colors. You know
no
what I mean?
doubt, no
Same thing.
doubt. That's a book I read when I was 17 years old. Definitely, no doubt. I think every young black man should read that book
I respect it.
just to give them a perspective on a beginning. Like it ain't where you start, it's where you going and where you end at. And I'm not saying end by his death. I'm saying
Oh,
his death probably impacted more than his life could have. I mean, you never know, we never understand the universe's plan and how things go. But his death definitely impacted. I believe. I don't know because we don't know because he didn't live, but his death definitely impacted. Probably more impactful than his life could have. You know what I mean?
sometimes it's
But
like that. Unfortunately,
yeah,
facts.
you know what I mean? And we kind of need those, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we had Moses first, Jesus. We need those sacrificial lambs, man. You know what I
Facts, bro.
mean? Because when you see that example, and that's what I'm trying to be now, man. I don't care if it's just one, man. When you see that example, like Tupac used to say, man, I might not spark the world, but I guarantee you, man, I'm gonna be the one that sparked the brain of the one. You know what I mean? Because somebody gonna pay attention if I just get that one, and
So
you
listen,
build from that one.
I can make the argument you've done that for me in a way. You know what I'm saying? So trust me, bro. Don't forget, once again, I'm a little
Yeah,
younger. I'm probably like what? You're 48, right? So 12
yeah,
years younger.
definitely,
12 years
definitely,
younger. You know what I'm saying?
definitely.
You've definitely contributed
We
to
had some deep conversations. I ain't never think you was 12 years younger than me in the conversations we had, man. Real shit. You know
yeah,
what I
listen,
mean? And you never came off. I never like you never. I mean, that's probably what made us bond as far as you know what I mean. How we were work out, talk, conversate, walk, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you never came off like you were unintelligent. You never came off like you was on some bullshit. You never came off like you was a goofball. You know what I mean? And speaking of, I just saw Andy getting fucking busy on Instagram on the fucking pull-up bar. You know what I
yeah, I
mean?
try.
Yo, old Telly Andy and shit. He's on my Instagram. I lost him on Facebook and shit. But this motherfucker's chiseled now. I had
No,
to
man,
put me
man.
I had to put me a little workout schedule up just to get off track. I said, hold up, man. I've been slacking like a motherfucker, man. Let me get back on to like a 50 push-up and 50-day challenge. That'll motivate me. After a week, I will say, fuck the 50 push-ups. I'll just get right back in the workout mode. You know what I mean? But yeah, I
Same here.
seen Andy getting fucking, he was horsing the fucking pull-up bar looking all I said, this motherfucker crazy. I said, I remember I gave them motherfuckers that weed on
Bro,
Christmas Eve that
bro,
year.
that is to me, bro, in my life, that's an iconic moment, bro. I'm telling you. I'll remember that moment for the rest of my life, bro. That might be
Hey,
one of the best
yo.
the best Christmases I ever had, and it was just simple,
Swear, dog. Hey, real simple, right? On Christmas Eve and shit. You know what I'm saying? But the crazy part is, bro, I was getting weed in that penitentiary the whole fucking time and wasn't saying shit because I ain't smoked K2. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy part is, I was walking that shit straight through the fucking visitor room in my hand, bro, giving the motherfucker my ID because these motherfuckers were so stupid they let you go to the locker and get your clothes before they strip search you. Man, I used to have my girl fucking 10X wrap that shit. You know what I mean? So you couldn't smell it and shit. I used to have her grinded all the way down, wrapping in so many fucking baggies and shit that you couldn't smell it. Boom. She used to hand that shit to me, bro, right before I go in. And they give you your paper. I had that shit right in my hand. Nice little ass 2-3 grams, bro. 2-3 grams in jail will last you 2 weeks, man. Me and my celly man Norm, and me and B, B still with me to this day. You know what I mean? I got B on the carpet cleaning shit, helped my brother get an LLC, taking to work with me every week. Me and him do the restaurant account that I got now. So, Milwaukee, that's still my guy. Loyalty is everything.
Even in there, you sorry if I interrupted. So I remember
in there, not at all.
You put them in little certain positions in there, like help them get a little gig, like a
yeah. Hey, right. I had him down medical with me, right when I got exactly. Hey, you know what's crazy? See, that's why I don't mind you interrupting and interjecting because I go to get the rambling and I forget certain things because I'm so humble. Even though I talk a lot of shit, but I'm really humble. If you know me, I forget the things that I really do for. Like, I definitely got him when I got the job in medical, got him down there. We got the cleaning and medical. And that's exactly what's happened now. Actually, some of the skills I learned from cleaning in the dental office and medical in the penitentiary helped me get a couple of the accounts that I got now for my cleaning business. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like kind of universe. It's just like the universe, bro. Just like how we here now. I never thought in a million years, bro, I'd be on a podcast on a Zoom or whatever we're on. StreamYard. Apologize. I don't want to call it a Zoom. StreamYard. I see it. I want to shout y'all out. You know what I mean? But I ain't never in a million years thought from the fucking pull-up bar when it was raining outside. You know what I mean? The little Universal gym set from us just busting it up on some push-up, pull-up, and dip shit. You know what I mean? To conversations every day to now to, you know what I mean? And it's always a pleasure to see you, bro. Like, definitely, man.
We always interact. Obviously, we don't do this a lot. We live in different cities, even though I ain't gonna lie, I should have fucking drove my ass down there by now. I'll take
No, this is what it is. It ain't shit down here, bro. What it is I need to be making my way over there because I got a sister. My sister and her husband already live in Philly. My nephew, my niece, they grown, and my nephew's going to college now. I should have been made my way that way a long time ago. However, I can't say that because I've been putting the pieces together so I can get that way and be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? But I will tell you this, me and my girls planning an Atlantic City trip this summer and we're going to drive up. So I'm definitely going to holler when I slide through because I went to Atlantic City 6 months for my birthday in November, 6 months after I got out the first year I got out. But I really wasn't in position to be really trying to get with nobody or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Me and my girl drove up there on some fresh out of jail shit, had a little nice time, other things, and, life's getting better and putting the pieces together. Definitely going to slide through, man. You know what I'm saying?
I will for sure dedicate at least one day, bro, to come out.
I'll let you know ahead of time, man, so we could get ours, because we both got schedules anyway. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I hope to be doing more speaking events, man, since I started with this one joint with the kids. So I hope to take that and just build on that and be, you know what I mean, man. Maybe I hit you up for 5-star dinner when I'm over there doing the speaking engagement, bro, and they pay for the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? You and your wife and me and my girl. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. But those things are to come. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's endless possibilities. Most
I don't
definitely.
think it's if, it's a when. If this is what you want, I have zero fucking doubt that you will get all that accomplished, bro, and much more. You're not the kind of guy that we're just going to be like, oh, sorry, you can't do this. And we're just going to be like, why? Okay, fine, I won't do it. Fuck no. You're going to find a way.
It's going to find a way to do it, definitely.
Bro, once again, there's a lot that people need to know, bro. You have what the fuck? What do they? You bring a lot to the table in any situation, bro. To speak to people should want to know how to overcome shit and how to make something, bro, out of nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I
So you
mean,
do
it's
bring a
just
lot to the table.
your determination, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you just gotta, man. It's easy, man. It's just one thing, dog. Just your mind. If you think it, you could do it. And I haven't even done anything yet. And I mean not to say I'm so humble that what I've done the most important thing in life, which was took myself out the streets and put things in place for my family. That's the most important thing in life. So from that level up alone, you know what I'm saying? You take a guy like me from a Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This is not a big city. You know, it's a racist city, quote unquote. You know what I mean? We don't got nothing going on here.
Not
Everybody
lacking.
want to leave here. Everybody want to move somewhere else to go party, and they got more concerts, and they got more restaurants, and they got more of this. Okay, I'd rather be the big fish in the small pond than the fish in the big pond. So if you can't become a king where you from, then you're gonna be a peasant wherever else you go. And that's just my
Deep.
mentality.
That's
You know
deep,
what I'm saying?
bro.
You know what I mean, though?
That's deep.
Like that's just my mentality, man. You know what I'm saying? Like
I
I
know.
can live here and go everywhere I want to go from here. I want to see trucks running around the city with my name on the side, man. You know what I mean? Damien
Already
janitorial
happened.
service, carpet cleaning, floors. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to see no more Steam Master and all them. I'm trying to put them out to business. I got 2 Powerball tickets every time the Powerball pop, bro. I'm telling you, if I hit that joint, I'm putting them out of business.
I
You know
like
what I
it.
mean? I'm investing X amount of meals straight into my company. I'm getting all the trucks. I'm putting them out of business. I'm running commercials. I'm running deals, bro. I'm pushing them out the way. You know what I'm saying? We coming
They,
through.
they don't want it
You
like
know
you
what I
anyway,
mean?
but they don't deserve it like you deserve it,
You know what I
bro.
mean? They've been complacent, man. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. You know what I'm saying? We
That's
gotta
it.
eat. You know what I mean? But
Some
yeah,
of
man. Any questions you wanted to ask or anything, man? You know, I be rambling sometimes, man. I'm just
nah,
happy to see you. We talking. We build like we was building in the penitentiary, man. You know what I mean? I'm just so happy to see you. I keep having my, I got
man,
crooked teeth. I always smile like this and shit till I get the money to
that
get
ain't
my veneers in. You know what I
that
mean?
ain't your style, bro. You ain't got to
You know
tippy
what I
toe
mean?
around. Listen,
Oh
whoever don't
no,
like it,
never
bro.
that though. It's just I'm just happy to be talking to you, bro. You know what I'm
Same
saying?
here. Same here. Sorry we don't do this more often. I guess I probably should have
Hey
took the.
man, we could do man. Hey, we could do a Shannon Sharpman Ocho, man. We could get together
Really could.
once a week and build on that, man. That's how
We,
things go, man.
we
Add a
really
couple
could.
people in, some of your guys or whatever the case may be, man. We could sit around and politic, man.
We
I
really,
mean,
really could,
the
bro. We really.
mastermind sessions is how Dale Carnegie and J.P. Morgan and them and you know what I mean? Charles
I'm
Schwab and
down
them
for
took
that.
over the world, man.
I'm down to do more.
Mastermind session, man.
Facts. Facts. And
It's
bro, this
definitely
is
out here.
easy. We don't have to come up with a plan. We just let the thing ride
Yeah,
and just
right.
talk.
It's just natural,
Right?
like you know what I mean. Definitely.
A lot of gems, bro. A lot of just, dude. I don't even know where to start with the questions. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, yeah. If you don't mind, man, talk about some of your upbringing a little bit, man. Like, obviously,
Like I said. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
no. Well, so were both of your parents also from originally born and raised in Pittsburgh too?
Yeah, as far as I know, well, yeah, obviously my mom. I'm more how could I put not even how could I put it? I more relate with my mother's side of my family than my father. I really didn't know my father's side of my family like that. I knew like his brothers, 2 or 3 of his brothers, maybe a couple of his sisters. I can't say I didn't know them, but I didn't grow up with them. As I grew up, I got introduced to them. My dad had 10 kids. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Me, I have me I have a sister that's 4 years younger than me and a sister that's 10 years younger than me. Us 3 are by my mother and father collectively. Same mother, same father. My mother's children are by the same man, which is my father. We all have the same father. But my father had 10 kids. I think he had maybe 4 or 5 or 3 to 5 before me, my little sister, something in the mix of my other, whatever the case may be, but I relate more to my mother's side. So, you know what I mean?
Same here.
As far as I know, my dad definitely from Pittsburgh, mother from Pittsburgh. My dad's from Homewood, actually. My mother's from the Hill, which is probably two of the most predominant black neighborhoods in this city. You know what I'm saying? And they always used to be at odds with each other back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So just imagine that I got a piece of both sides. So that's what made me the thorough motherfucker that I am. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I grew
Hey,
up in the Hill District, you know what I'm saying? Born and raised, I grew up on Elmore Street, Wooster Street, Wiley Avenue, by the Crawford Grill. That's legendary. The second Crawford Grill, not the first one, the Crawford Grill from that era. But yeah, man, I grew up, my mom worked. My mom was never on drugs or nothing like that. I don't know if she partied in her spare time. I mean, you know, whatever the hell, I don't know that. But my mother wasn't a drug addict. We was poor though, you know what I'm saying, regardless, because that's just that's just how where they put black people at. You know what I'm saying? Like you only was allowed to make a certain amount. You could only get certain things, you know, shit was just how it was, you know. Um, but like I said, man, I had a good I never lived in the projects until I was 18, till I had my first kid. You know what I'm saying? But I was with all that being said, your parents don't have to be on drugs. You don't have like you can be a product of your environment just because it's your environment. So a lot of my friends' parents was on drugs. So they were allotted to do certain things that I wasn't allotted to do because I had a little more structure. I had to be in the house maybe by 8:30, 9 o'clock on certain days, or when it started getting dark at a certain age. They was outside. So I kind of turned into a bad kid because of my friends. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm hanging with them. I don't want to be the outsider. And to all the parents out there, I will tell you this from the tender age of probably 10 all the way to about 8, 19, 20. Your kids' friends are more impressionable on them than you could ever be. Peer pressure is absolutely the most powerful thing to a child, an impressionable child at those ages. So I kind of stumbled into everything that led to where I'm at now, which is the streets and things because of my friends. And I'm not blaming them. It was just what it was to do. The music, the movies, like you said earlier, the culture, everything on TV promoted, black people. At first, it wasn't like that. At first, it wasn't about us selling. Like the rappers used to talk. If you was selling drugs, you was a piece of shit. And for some odd reason, it just turned to get money and fuck hoes. You know what I'm saying? And now we got to where we at now. You know what I'm saying? So along that line, you know what I'm saying? I kind of got into the streets and stuff because it was what was going on. And I was born in 75, so like I'm kind of from the first era and age group of guys that's 50 and younger. We're the first generation of strictly street dudes that woke up every day, didn't have a job, that went out and sold drugs as a means to make money every day as a job. So for the last 30 years prior to me opening this business 3 years ago, for the past 30 years, 6 years ago, prior to 6 years ago, me coming home from my last penitentiary bit ever, um, I sold drugs my whole life. I supported myself from the corner. Every car I bought, every piece of jewelry, every Jordan I bought my child, every rent I ever paid in every house or helped pay, every furniture set, everything. You know what I'm saying? I paid from selling drugs. I never had a job full time. I've worked little jobs just to get a check to go grab some drugs to get back on my feet and dip. You know what I'm saying? So that's a little bit of my upbringing, man. We was basically just, it wasn't no off the porch for us. We was already just outside. We were like the outside kids, Generation X. We was riding bikes, playing football on the streets, basketball. And it just turned into somehow the neighbor and them saying, man, you got some crack. You know what I'm saying? It basically, I don't know. I can't even remember how it just death as the snap of a finger, man. It just went that boom.
So